Isn't it crazy that GTA 5 released only just a year ago? Time flies, huh? Only a year ago did I play this game and explore San Andreas, then realize that Saints Row 2, a game from 2008, absolutely mogs its open world an embarrassingly large amount. See how the game is really all about Michael, acknowledge that Franklin isn't even a protagonist, and most importantly, that Trevor needed to be packed up the moment we got to play as him. Now, I already know what you're gonna think, but Trevor's super loyal. Trevor's the best character in the game because he's so funny. Just shut up, man. Cause all that shit gets thrown out of the window when you do just one simple thing. Take yourself out of playing as him and instead immerse yourself as if you're spectating him. We, myself included, feel attached to Trevor because we get to play as him throughout the game. His goals and missions are our goals, real communist shit. So whatever he does to get there, we don't mind it because we the player want to cross that finish line. But when you look at Trevor without a controller in your hands, you quickly begin to see how much of a problematic, chaotic asshole he was. Bro was blurring the lines between constantly crashing out and just being on demon time 24/7. There isn't even narrative dissonance here. He's talking and doing some mad lad shit in the cutscenes too. So, with all that said, let's start off light with Exhibit A, how he treats people. If you watch videos of Trevor interacting with NPCs and characters like Ron, Wade, Floyd, and Lester, you will very quickly understand why someone would want to put a bullet in this nigga. He's an asshole just to be an asshole and feel better about himself, which is a very good reason to receive that aerial combo from Prototype be performed on you. I mean, look at the switch up here.
Run! I'm back!
Coming, Trevor!
Bring me my coffee, I'm gonna cut your arm off.
Absolutely!
Who the hell's that? Your maid?
Business partner. Good guy. Very loyal.
You miss me?
Yeah, Trevor, a bit, I mean.
How's the fucking business?
I tried.
If you're gonna give me a sob story, I'm gonna rip your fucking throat out and shove a turd down the hole.
It's not a sob story. It's just not quite come good yet.
Now granted, he makes a few good jokes and isn't always a jerk, but when he is, I can't help but think about making a speed run record for killing him when the ending comes. Just off behavior alone, I understand why Michael went snake on him. And on to Exhibit B, the chaos he causes, which is the main reasoning the story provides for why he's gotta go. The chaos he causes, the trouble he gets into, and the people he pisses off are staggering, but some are justifiable. The beginning of Trevor's story as you go after the loss once Trevor kills Johnny so that they can't retaliate, as well as Ortega who leads the Aztecas right after. He then takes the airfield that the lost control for himself and tells Ron that this was his plan all along, in order to make his claim over Sandy Shores and Blaine County's meth and weapons trade. Getting into a verbal spat with and then killing Johnny simply just sped things up. Now, Trevor does go after the O'Neills only after the Triads decided to partner with them instead of him, but one can definitely assume that they were going to get got anyway. This trouble and chaos is justifiable for sure. What you can't justify is him deciding to rob a private military of their experimental superweapon and try to sell it to the Chinese after only being a few weeks in Los Santos. Then attempting to steal a cargo plane of theirs loaded with weapons in order to sell them, both of which didn't even work out, and then hijacking and wrecking a train Merriweather was protecting that carried valuable goods because he had to pay off a Mexican drug lord for entry back into the city after he decided to kidnap his wife because Trevor was rightfully, I'll give him that, rightfully pissed off because Martin didn't want to pay him for his hard work after helping him out. When you got a nigga like this around, when all you want to do is some small organized crime that keeps your pockets full, Trevor Phillips is the last man you want to be around. Lester talks about how they're going to be on a watch list after the super weapon heist, but I guarantee you Trevor's already on 5. Finally, Exhibit C, which is putting the choice of killing him next to Michael. The feds want Franklin to kill Trevor because of what I said above. Too loud, chaotic, and too insane to just let him go off the hook and live life. Very justified and sensible. The reasoning for Michael's death is given to us by Devin Weston, who, keep in mind, is made to be an unlikable character in many ways already. Devin tells us it should be Michael because 1, he's betrayed everyone he's ever known, but his family, mutually toxic relationship between him and Amanda, which was then passed down onto Jimmy and Tracy, which led to those two being the way that they are. And they all resolve it by the end in a very unearned manner for Michael. Can we point that out? It's been 30 years since this game came out. We can point that out, right? Anyway, it's a shared fault how the family turned out. Only other person on the list has to be Trevor then. And you'd think Devin has a point there. Hell, Rockstar even wants you to think that with how they treat Michael for the deal he did. Except they practically give Michael a fucking nuke in terms of ammo to defend his choice.
Look, I made a judgment call. I don't know if it was the right one. I did what I thought I had to do. I had a young family, Franklin. I was running with a crew of crazy motherfuckers with nothing to lose. I saw an out. A future for me, for my family. I took it.
You took it? Man, you burned every motherfucker you've ever known.
It was that or die. Look, I know it sounds cold. I don't expect you to understand it. Not yet, but you will. When you got ties of your own. Look, you wake up one day, and your legs, they just give. You just can't run anymore.
In short, Michael, a man with something to lose, figures out a way to retire and deal with his crew of criminals who have nothing to lose themselves because he knows that this life will get him killed or arrested someday, which will leave Amanda a widow and Jimmy and Tracy fatherless, and fucking hell do we know what fatherless behavior looks like nowadays. Anyway, reason 2, I'll just let the clip speak.
For a while, until the troll met another troll in a strip club, and they fell in lust. And then she pushed out a pair of little trolls, and the big bad troll under the bridge went soft. Hold on, what? So little Trevor made a new friend called Brad, and he was thinking about cutting Mike off when it all went to shit, and Mike got killed and Brad went to jail.
Yeah, that's right. Brad only came into the crew because of Trevor, as he was thinking of killing Michael for not having the same love of the game he used to have. More reason this crackhead has got to go, I'm just saying. The other reason Devin brings up is getting Franklin involved with the feds, which,
What's going on?
You gotta get out of town.
Man, I ain't exactly got nowhere to go.
Well, then take a trip. A long trip.
What the fuck is going on?
Things, all right? Look, you remember I told you I know people, feds, who looked after me when I retired? I mean, he shows up, starts calling in favors, telling me to do shit. I mean, look, Franklin, I'm working for the fucking feds.
Oh, fuck, man. What's the mood in, man?
I don't know. Look, I'm just gonna, you know, try to play both sides. You know, until I can find a way out of this shit.
All right, man, look, man, you help me. Way I see it, man, the least I can do is help you.
yeah, that's all on Franklin at this point. 'Cause, I mean, me personally, I wouldn't have even went back to the house belonging to the man who held a gun to my head because I repoed his son's car just days after he got it, then got me fired from my job. Wouldn't exactly make my top 100 list of things to do. And Devin lastly brings up several ruined business ventures, which is funny because Michael helped out with 2, the Blitz Play and car collection, and the only one we know of that's ruined because of Michael was the movie studio buyout. So Devin looks like a fucking idiot with his reasonings for killing Michael, having better use as toilet paper. Hell, the game even makes you feel bad, like really bad, for killing Michael by having him get a call from Amanda telling him that Tracy's going to college, and Amanda wants Franklin over for dinner at their house someday. And during the chase, Michael constantly brings up how he treated Franklin good, too good possibly. There's also this.
You man, I was your bitch. I couldn't even stand down the barrel of your gun any fucking day, you motherfucker.
Which is like, did I get the wrong copy? Because when did some shit alluding to this ever happen? But anyway, they even give you the option to save Michael from falling before he gives an FU headbutt and hugs the pavement below. So, what do they have for Trevor to make you feel bad?
You gonna get us all fucking killed.
You gonna whack me? Huh? Me?
I ain't been nothing but straight and true with you.
I'm sorry, man. Yeah, you have been true with me. But the truth ain't what I'm interested in.
Yeah, that's about it, actually. Then after you kill Trevor, you have Michael just rip into him and make your choice even more justified, which is just hilarious to me. Looking back on how they made this a choice in the first place, it's clear even Rockstar themselves wanted to purchase the Phillips pack. You're, you're gonna look at me and say I'm wrong for caring about Orphan, bro? No. No, I don't think so. So if all that's said and done, I think I've made the case of killing Trevor fairly clear and fairly obvious.
Hey, it's certainly been an education.
Surviving is winning, Franklin. Everything else is bullshit. Fairy tales spun by people afraid to look life in the eye. Whatever it takes, kid. Survive.